Welcome back to DXB Today, where we are showing love to homegrown brands and truly celebrating all that they are. Now, if there is one stable beverage that is synonymous to Dubai, it is the beloved chai. And with us now is one of the co-founders of Project Chaiwala. Welcome, Ahmed Kazim. How are you, Ahmed?
I'm good. How are you?
So great, and so excited to have you here. Project Chaiwala, and we truly mean it, is such a staple here in the city. And as they say, every great story starts with a cup of tea, and that is absolutely synonymous and true for your brand as well. Tell me about Project Chaiwala. What inspired it and what started it?
Sure. Firstly, thank you for having me. The way it started, actually, we just noticed a gap in the market when it comes to a refined karak concept or a chai concept. And our game is just to make chai simply cool and accessible.
I love that, just as simple as. And people have taken it to it so well. Were you expecting that?
We were hoping for it, so I'm glad where we are today.
Yeah.
So tell me about the combination. Why chai? And do you have like a secret mix? Because it's an Indian Emirati like infusion.
I think you said it perfectly. It's because my co-founder is an Indian, brought up in Dubai. I'm from the UAE, so it was the perfect duo. It's more around the brand and the story behind the brand, why we've created it and how we want to take it going forward. So that's pretty much what was the goal between both co-founders.
Ahmed, while we were chatting earlier, you mentioned that you were a professional before Chaiwala. So how did you take that leap of faith from being a professional?
That was a very different route, a different lifestyle. So I started as a consultant, and actually an auditor and then a consultant. Spent around 5 years over there. That's where I met my co-founder, Justin, that we were always brainstorming opportunities, and we stumbled upon chai. Because it is nostalgic to the both of us, but we just noticed a gap in the market, and we said, you know what, let's take that leap of faith. We jumped on a plane, went to India, spent a couple of time in tea gardens, just exploring the opportunities on the streets, and we said, let's just refine that and bring it to a city like Dubai, where we can serve over 200 nationalities. Step further from that is that once you master your concept, is how to export this concept out of the UAE as a return to what the UAE has given to us. Now it's our time to kind of pay back.
I think, you know, having Chaiwala and things like that, I wanted to know, what is your favorite chai out of everything? Because I think it's something interesting to know.
I'm a classical guy. I prefer my, what we call the karak asli.
Yeah.
And it's actually synonymous between Hindi and Arabic. Asli means original. I'm an old school kind of guy.
Okay, that's really cool. And I wanted to also know about, because I think you face a lot of challenges to having Chaiwala become what it is right now and being a very successful homegrown.
Definitely. I think the challenges are endless and they continue to exist. That's like any business, I think you would know also better. However, it's just part of the DNA of starting a business, and every time there's something new, every call is something you wouldn't expect, but it's just part of the journey, and we've just embraced it so well, I guess.
I wanted to know what was so special about Chaiwala. Where do you source your tea from?
I mean, no one can reveal their special sauce, but it's more around obviously the product and the experience that we created, and also the brand, the association. That's what we said. We're trying to make it accessible and cool, not only to the older generation, but also more specifically the younger generation, right? Because it is nostalgic to us, and people maybe are forgetting about it. So there is a gap in the market when it comes to a cool-looking brand that is perfecting a product and showcasing it to a lot of nationalities that know what chai is, but now in a much, I guess, cooler way.
Ahmed, I have to ask you this because we touched on this earlier, Hassan. You spoke about, you know, marketing and talking about how to get your brand out there. Project Chaiwala has done such a phenomenal job at that and translating who you are, what you represent. How important is it for a homegrown brand to do that? And should you say that should be an intentional weave into a marketing strategy?
The homegrown concept, you mean? I genuinely believe that a homegrown concept needs to be as good or in the caliber for you to, it's not only supporting homegrown concept, it's the worthy homegrown concepts, right? And definitely marketing played a big role in our story, but also our association as a brand and the way we've kind of, we created the business model as of today. And that's taken two different routes. Actually, we're an omni-channel business model right now. We have retail cafes, and we've entered into the FMCG side of it. And what we're presenting, especially with our hospitality clients, is a product from the UAE for their guests. So that's why right now we do have chai brewing machines, and it says a product of the UAE. So
Nice.
you find all these nationalities curious to try what is that product, and then it's chai karak.
I love that. I have to ask you though, I see my business taking a completely different route than what I had originally thought. Has that been the case with Project Chaiwala?
Bits and pieces, I would say, have been different, but they say be stubborn on vision and flexible on details.
Yeah.
So we've kind of followed that route, and then we had a very nice curveball with COVID, but that taught us a lot though.
Yeah. What in particular did it teach you? Did you have to pivot your plan?
I think it actually expedited our plans in a very good way, but obviously the operational challenges, understanding the next steps, etc., were one of the biggest challenges. But I mean, we're here, we're alive, God bless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you, what is next for Chaiwala, right?
Oh, I love this question.
Yeah. What do you have next in the future?
So recently, I guess one of our biggest achievements is opening in Dubai Airport, Terminal 3. We have 3 locations over there, Concourse A, B, and C. And again, it has a mural which says DXB's favorite chai. So it's showcasing, again, that product to 90 million passengers a year. So that is one of our goals to create this national product out of the UAE and export this abroad.
Wow.
So that's kind of the payback, again, which I mentioned earlier, to the UAE and to Dubai itself. So step 1 was Dubai Airport, onto the planes, and now after that is just exporting the concept abroad.
I love that. Well, Ahmed,
Inshallah.
I hope so. I
No
hope all
doubt.
the success for you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Now our spotlight today is on more than just a chocolate brand. They embody authenticity, innovation, and inclusivity. This is Snap.